Good day. Y'all, guess what? Me and my best friend gonna talk some boxing. And it's the first time me and her are really gonna talk boxing. Everything tasted good. We really gonna talk some boxing. While the kids are over there having fun, wearing themselves out, me and her are gonna talk some boxing. We gonna continue talking about what we were sitting here talking about just now. Done Shadow, what's up, man? Tay Brown, what's up? Now, me and my baby, she don't want to be on camera, but that's okay. Y'all gonna hear what she got to say. Um, Tell them what you think about Usyk and Usyk at heavyweight right now.
I think that Usyk stands a better chance of becoming the heavyweight champion of the world. I think that he has the he's focused enough. He's um, he's what's the word I'm trying to say? I just said it a while ago and I can't get it out my
I think Usyk is defensive enough
defensive enough.
to ward off Fury.
Right, right.
Because Otto Wallen was successful because he was a smaller fighter and Fury had to punch down. But one thing that was in Otto Wallen's advantage is the fact that he was faster than Fury, so he can get out of the way of his barrage of punches and he can punch them at will. But Usyk's a more distinguished fighter.
Definitely.
Undisputed at cruiserweight. Now he's unified heavyweight champion. I think Fury gonna have some problems with Usyk.
Y'all still need a second over here? Yeah. Ready. We got that under control. Okay? Please play, okay?
What are you talking about?
All right, love you. Yeah, we got time. Bye.
What are you talking about?
Usa looks good in the ring. He's fast. Like I said, he's pretty calculated. Like he's focused for the most part. You go in there and you're not focused, and you're trying to just get a knockout punch. People start to study how you move. If they know you're going to keep on coming in the ring with a 1-2, 1-2, then eventually, you know what I'm
There's
saying?
somebody gonna
Like,
read the play.
yeah, like you
Hey,
letting
Thunderous
people
got
read
it.
the
Ask your mama. How about that? Fucking
play.
weirdo. I nominate you as the ugliest member of the LDBC. Good, cool.
It's so crazy.
It's just weirdo trolls who like looking at men and stuff and judging men. What? I expect you to tell me I'm cute?
No, no.
Fucking goofy. Oak Park, what's up with it, family? I'm not mad. I think I'm not even mad at what you just said. I really do. I agree with you actually because I think Usyk has a lot of tools in his tool chest. So he showed because he's a fundamental boxer. When you're a fundamental boxer and you got speed and you can apply fundamentals, I think that opens the door for someone not to be able to read you right because you're trying to do one thing, but he's sticking to fundamentals and watching punches, sliding out of the way, using his slick style at southpaw, and he's able to connect and do what he. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Yeah, I don't see Tyson hanging with Usyk.
I think
I think
Usyk gonna surprise a lot of people.
Usyk's, like I said, he is faster. And when you go in there and you're patient, and you're not just trying to get that knockout that you expect, because that's what's going to pretty much carry you along. There's no offense to Wilder, but you can't come in here thinking you can play the same trick every time.
Right.
And you have to use your defense.
That's true.
I think that's why I was more disappointed than anything. I felt like you wasn't using your defense even before you tired out.
I feel that, and I think that was led to him getting tired out in the third round faster. It's because of the fact there was a lack of defense, and Tyson Fury was able to use that referee, which wasn't calling anything, and reach out and grab Wilder and reach around and choke him and lay his weight down on the back of his neck. And plus, Wilder done put on some more weight.
Mm-hmm.
it's going to tire him out because he's not used to fighting at that weight.
Well, again, just as Tyson Fury took the time to study Wilder
What's up,
and his
OJ?
1-2 punch, Wilder should have been studying. And I mean, number one, if somebody's gonna lay their body weight on you, and they done did it 1, 2 times,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm staying out of the way to let you do that for me again.
Right,
I got to find another way of if you're cheating, then I'm gonna cheat.
right,
I'm
right.
gonna
I'll hit
find
him
a
with a
way to
low
cheat.
blow to
Yeah,
make you get off me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'll take a warning from the referee.
right.
You know what I'm saying? A good old cup blow.
Especially if I'm losing, y'all cheating me in numbers already. You know, you
Right,
cheating me every way around that you possibly can.
right.
Like, don't sit there and let somebody just bully you in the ring and lay their weight on you.
Yeah, Devin Blocker that long count too. They had all the stars aligned for that fight. Cause like I was saying last night, the punches that Wilder was landing, they were giving credit to Fury, and we
Every
sat
time.
there and watched it. They were literally giving Tyson Fury punches landed
Hmm.
when Wilder was the one throwing punches and Fury wasn't throwing anything.
Hmm.
Like he landed like 9, 10 body shots in the first round. They only counted two of them. You ain't got to take my word for it. Go and watch it.
But yeah, if he would have kept with breaking him down at the body and not tried to just throw that knockout in the
The whole
beginning,
fight, Devin Blocker.
everybody expected him to knock him out in the first and third round.
Right,
And
right,
I feel like he felt like he had to live up to that.
right. I think he put a lot of onus on himself.
Yeah,
And I mean it's noble, but at
yeah,
the
yeah.
same time, when you fighting somebody as dirty as Tyson Fury, you got to be prepared for just about anything because
Yes,
he's going
ma'am.
to do anything to win, which he did.
You got it's not smart. It's
No,
not smart.
no, I agree with you.
And
I agree with you. Y'all, I'm glad I married her. This is my best friend. We can talk about anything, and she actually listens to me when I talk boxing. But I I I think Wilder would have been better off at like 220 and being more defensive so that he can know how to counter when Fury reaches his arm out to try to grab him and wrench him in the headlock. He's already counting him to the body. I think he should have stuck with the original plan and go to the body
mm-hmm.
instead of going back to old ways. And Fury took advantage of that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You know what the tender spot said. If you keep on,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna wear him down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at some point he just kind of gave up mentally. But
Mm-hmm.
when you fighting with somebody dirty and they just showed you their cards too many times,
Right.
you have to come in that ring more prepared.
Right. Right.
Because if that's the case, you would have knocked him out in the first punch on the first fight, not the second. I'm gonna give
Right.
him credit.
Yeah,
Um,
but I feel like there was a lot of mitigating factors that was in that fight as well. Like the referee not holding Fury
oh yeah,
accountable for excessive holding and
yeah.
reaching out and punching while in the clinch, which is illegal.
But you gotta
Rabbit
quit.
punching.
You can't keep letting somebody grab you though.
Right. You got to
I
do
mean,
something to get them off of you. If the ref ain't going to do it, you got to fight dirty and get them off of
you
you.
got to.
I agree with you, baby.
I mean, tapes don't lie. You
Yeah,
have to go back and do the tapes and stuff. Like,
right. I feel like he abandoned that body attack early in the fight, like around two.
mhm.
He abandoned the body attack and went
Well,
back to the
now
1-2 and trying to catch him with a shot and set him up for a knockout punch.
I was really concerned about us having the same scenario as the second fight because you remember I said, and maybe that was just him wearing down and getting tired, but I felt like that was like in the second round. I'm like, is he shaking?
Right,
It looked like he was shaking. It looked like he still just didn't have it all the way there.
right. I think Wilder was more damaged from that second fight
Yeah,
and all the cheating that happened in the second fight than we all had a clue about. Like I can't speak for how Wilder feels
yeah.
because I'm not Wilder. I'm not in his body. I couldn't tell you how he felt, but at the same time, I know he had to be affected because when he got knocked out, he got hit in the same spot where that dip
Oh
was,
yeah,
and that's scary.
yeah, yeah. Wow. I just think
Hey,
that
L Dog, how about you eat 1,000 dicks? How about that? He just didn't have it taste. Shut up. Get out of here, you fucking weirdo. It's a shame my wife knows more about boxing than you do. But you just here to just troll because you're an idiot. Fuck out
I'm
of
not
here.
taking away the heart of Deontay Wilder,
What's up,
but
Oakpart?
I will say that at some point I expect your hands to drop when you start to get tired.
Right.
So when I don't see you have your hands up even in the first round,
That's a
that's
problem.
something you need to take up with your trainer, because your trainer should have been in the corner yelling, "You can
Get
get
your
your hands
hands
up,
up.
keep your
Protect
hands
yourself
up."
at all times.
Right,
That's the number one cardinal rule in boxing.
right.
Protect yourself at all
And
times.
especially when you playing with somebody who's
Who's
a known cheater.
Yeah, and who's dirty like Tyson Fury.
So everybody giving Tyson Fury the credit. Oh, he this, he that, he this and that. No, he's not a good boxer. I'm not going for that. He's not a good boxer. Deontay just wasn't mentally prepared going in the ring. He's
I
a good cheater.
I can
He's a good manipulator.
I can agree with that.
He can't fucking fight. Period. He really can't. But if somebody's not on their square, it's definitely gonna appear to everybody else that they look like they can damn do. They can fight.
True.
He can't fight.
True. You good, baby?
Hello. If y'all are ready, I'll take it right here. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Hey.
Yeah, it's bomb
Mhm.
squad for life, bro. We ain't going nowhere.
Uh huh.
We are not going nowhere. This shit ain't going nowhere.
Mhm.
We ain't going nowhere. It's bomb squad for life. Yeah, yeah, done shot. I'm with you, bro. I'm taking it. I'm still taking it hard. You know what I mean?
I'll
But
be right back, y'all.
at the end of the day, um, it is what it is. But my wife is right, and I still love my
Okay.
champ. I still,
Okay. I'm gonna try to get
you know
it
what I'm
to
saying?
transfer over, but listen. The Hip Hop 101 page got a hit for content, so I'm assuming that's what it was about.
Bumpy, what's up with it, man? I swear I love talking boxing with my
Okay.
wife. It's so fun. We've been
Okay.
talking about this since last night, since the fight was over with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this. Man, if y'all got you a
Okay.
wife that want to sit down and talk boxing with you, man, you
Okay.
got a gym on your hand, bro. Real talk.
Is there anything else I can get for y'all before y'all leave? Oh, baby, you want anything to go box or anything? Yeah, I'll
Uh,
take a little to go box. A box for you? Yes.
yeah, small box for me.
Okay, I'll be right back. Um,
We're doing a brief survey with customers. I didn't get some now. Do you have a moment to answer a couple questions for me? Take about a minute or two.
do you mind if we finish off real
You
fast?
sure can.
Yes, sir, and I'll come and holler at you.
Okay.
For sure.
You'll catch me 5.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
thank you. Hello?
Yeah, the
It, it
rematch with AJ and
popped up
Usyk
and it
happened.
said something about the content, and it went away so fast that I couldn't even finish
That's
reading what it said.
that
And I went and
rematch,
looked
but I
for it,
don't
but I
think there's
couldn't
nothing
find it.
AJ can do that can
But it,
fix what he got going on. You
thank you.
feel me? I don't think it's nothing that AJ can do that can fix that. Yeah, I agree with that. Wilder's gonna still be straight anyway. I just
It,
want Wilder to be happy.
yeah, it definitely could have been it popped up and then it went away. I couldn't even pull it back up.
I like that. You know what I mean? It's y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. And if you want to donate to the channel, there's a cash app. My son and my daughter and them was all at the trampoline park. Me and my wife went to grab some of the food. Here you go. Good day. You too. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too.
Okay.
Me too, Oak Park. I've been messed up about this
Okay.
all day. I mean, but
Yeah, I'll put it on there as soon
you
as
know, at
I
the end of the day,
get it clean up some stuff on
it's
my phone.
the best lessons I've ever learned, bro,
Okay.
was when things didn't go the way I wanted them to go. That's the best time I ever learned any lesson that I ever learned in my life. And it's still Elf Fury, but at the end of the day,
End of the day, just because Wilder, his game does not make Fury a good fighter
That's true.
at all.
And we need to stop doing that.
And we
Because I
really
did
do.
it. I did it. I'm guilty of
It
that.
doesn't make him a good fighter. I was really disappointed at some of the commentary I heard. I leave that alone. But I was a little disappointed because I'm like, how can you just sit there and watch that fight when you know this man is laying on him, when you know he's clinching and punching, when you know he's punching behind the back, when you know that the referee is calling more things on Wilder than he is on Fury. You know
Right.
this stuff. You see the numbers are moving in
Every
the
time
wrong
Wilder,
direction, right?
every time Wilder throws a punch and lands it, they give it to Fury.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what part of that fight showed that Wilder, I mean not Wilder, but Fury was this highly decorated fighter? He was a skilled artist. What part of that video showed?
Oh God, I love you.
Stop it. But for real, like
I love this stuff. You know what I mean? I love this stuff. Like you actually know what you're talking about when it comes to boxing. And this is what I look for. You know what I mean? What gave us the right to sit here and then say, hey, Tyson Fury is this da 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 fighter. You know what I
he
mean?
didn't win. Wilder unfortunately gave him this fight, and really that's all it is to it. If we can't make an excuse for the injury, because if you knew you was hurt bad enough, then you shouldn't win the ring. Number one. Um,
But it's still
but
about pride. I
he
think
has
it's
to.
more about pride
It's
than
about
anything.
pride, but you have to go home at the end of the day.
That's
Like
true.
sometimes, don't let your pride kill you, and and don't let it kill you to please people because you have a large fan base that is that is depending on you to do something. You're not out here saving no life. You know what I'm saying? Save your own. If
Right.
you're hurt, don't get in the ring. And if you're gonna get in the ring with somebody cheap,
Do
hang
you
yourself.
do you think he should have did a tune-up fight before this fight?
Um,
While they were waiting on the while they was waiting on the arbitration and all that stuff, should he have took like a tune-up fight to get the because it was
no,
almost 2 years
no,
before he got in the ring.
no.
You didn't really know his real condition
He
because
didn't. He didn't need a tune-up fight. You're going into the ring with somebody who's
a
a
known
known
cheater.
cheater.
Facts.
So you know you wouldn't expect that out of somebody else just by doing a little. You have to go in there. If you're gonna do a tune-up fight, you got to tune up with somebody that's a cheater.
Right. Oh, that's true.
You get
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true. That's true. You
Like,
got to fight somebody on the caliber or the level of the person you're going to fight, or otherwise you're just wasting your
right.
time.
But if he shows you in all three fights, he's gonna lay on you, he's gonna grab you, he's gonna clinch you.
Yeah, he's gonna
You just
excessively
have to
clinch you. That's
know
what he
going
did in
into the
all three
fight.
fights. All three fights. Tyson Fury excessively clinched
Right.
Deontay Wilder,
That's all we
and the
expect.
referee did nothing to stop it. They didn't do anything to stop it. They didn't do anything to control it. They didn't do anything. And
I
it's
never
the
seen
moment,
Wilder once say, "Man, hey, look,
right?
stop him from." So
Like
at some point, you got to speak up too.
even the corner needs to say something. You know,
Exactly.
the corner needs to say something. And I think that to an extent, I think the corner may have failed him.
Yeah.
If
No,
you want,
definitely.
if we're gonna be transparent about it, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that because if you're not speaking up
It's
for
probably
yourself, and your
a
corner's not speaking up, and your corner's
good
not telling you to
question.
defend yourself either,
Good
then
question,
shit.
DLG. DLG, that's a great question. How did Tyson Fury get so much stamina after being out of the ring for 2 years? Because he went to the UK. I believe he cycled on meds, and like a nandrolone or a
Well,
clenbuterol or
Tyson Fury is not dropping his weight drastically up and down.
a Texas tornado. Your
So
mama didn't win, you dumbass. Out of here.
he's not dropping his weight drastically up and down.
Let's go.
So he's used to carrying that weight around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't look tired at all.
That's true. He didn't look tired at
He
all.
didn't look
And then he
tired the
went to the
whole
club
fight.
and he went to the club and ran after getting dropped twice and he still wasn't tired. There's
He
something
was
wrong with that.
singing
There's
after the
something
fight.
wrong with that.
That sounds like crackhead activities.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is. It is what it is.
I swear
I say he would have wore out this.
none of you trolls ain't worth a damn. I swear to God you ain't. I swear to God y'all ain't shit. On God you ain't shit. On God you ain't shit. You too. Oh God, y'all ain't shit. You know what I mean? But you know what? You know what's funny, babe? You know more about boxing than these dumbass trolls who hopping in and out of my fucking chat.
That's why I don't give them interviews.
No, that's true. I need to do better. I need to do because Tay done told me, Wilder done told me, and you done told me. Don't give these motherfuckers no energy because these bitch ass niggas ain't no boxing fans. All they hear is for attention from men. That's all they here for. You got the key. That's all they here for. The trolls ain't here for nothing more but attention from men. That's it. They ain't boxing fans. They ain't Fury fans. They ain't Wilder fans. They ain't a fan of nobody. They ain't got no fighter that they can getting quote shit on
Their
and tell
whole
you the truth.
intention is to fuck with you. So
Their
at
whole
some
intention is
point,
to get attention from men.
they don't want to learn anything
They're
about
fucking
boxing.
homos. That's what they are. Sus as shit. They sus. Know what I mean? They sus as hell, man. Yeah, Jared Green. I agree with that. I don't feel like Wilder needs to prove anything else to nobody. I don't think he does.
No.
Wilder's done enough. And I think you got is a fucking former WBC champion, 5-year reign, held that belt and defended that belt 10 times to tie with Muhammad Ali. There's nothing else that needs to be explained here. I mean, what does he need to prove? He don't need to prove anything to nobody else, like to no one. You don't have to prove shit to nobody, not a soul, cause he's done everything. He's done everything you can dream about. Like motherfuckers are jealous of him because he's a superstar.
I mean, just because he didn't knock out Tyson Fury, like
He already knocked out.
well, I'm
Fury,
saying it wasn't counted. That's all. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
But you notice how in the first fight when Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury, how they gave Tyson Fury a chance, but as soon as Wilder touched the canvas, they waved the fight off.
Who else was knocking niggas out like Wilder?
Nobody.
Fury? Nobody. So he has something. You know, he don't need to prove anything else. You have that. Can't none of them say, well, I done went in there and knocked out 12, 13, however many niggas. Like, that's he done proved his point.
Hey, imagine being an MXBC fucking fag and liking black dicks in your face, you fucking weirdo.
Again, we're not giving them no energy. We just talked about that.
I hate MXBC fags. I don't like them motherfuckers.
They don't like their damn self. Yeah, so that's why they have time to pick on everybody else. Like,
oh yeah, cause they broke and they ain't got no jobs and that piece of shit. Oh, I get it. But yeah, is I think what it is for me is the hypocrisy for me, and it's always as it was like the world went around praising Tyson Fury for getting knocked out by Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got back up, and then the Undertaker come out with his dumbass video. Rested. Man, shut the fuck up. Just shut up.
You done died about 50.
Right, you done died 411 times, and now you talking about resting. Man, shut up. Shut your dumbass up. Shut up. Shut that soft shit up. You ain't with me. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers they just say anything at any time just to get attention to themselves. I think that's what really that's what they do. They'll say the first dumbass shit that comes to mind. Imagine being the LDBC and Tyson Fury beats Wilder. Well, they're the best fighting the best. What are we supposed to say about it? The best is fighting the best. That's what it is. But still, it's fuck Fury. We don't have to like Fury, but we still can respect what happened because it was a really good fight. It was a really good fight.
It's till this day.
It's still to this day. You know what I'm saying?
I'll go back some more. This might make me nervous.
Look at my camera. When that thing, it got sensors on it for a reason. Turn that wheel that way.
I'll do that.
Can I go some more? It'll beep before you get to the car. Ross Lee, what's up? Me and my wife is talking while the kids are in there playing and jumping around and doing shit. Me and the wife out here talking boxing. You know what I mean? Yeah, that cap was stupid long, bro. Stupid long. But they don't care. They don't care. And on top of that, they still can't explain the fact of how they was counting punches for Fury when Wilder was throwing the punches and landing them. And you ain't gonna sit here and tell me Fury threw and landed that many punches because he didn't. You can go back and look at the fight. And fuck the PVC too. How about that?
I ain't gonna lie, that
You won't get on camera now?
no, that
So gonna put you on there.
that that fight brought tears to my eyes.
It really
It
did.
broke my heart. Like I really, literally broke down. It hurt.
I was choking back. I was choking. I really was. Cause I'm emotionally, like we talked about this morning. I'm emotionally invested in this fight. I was emotionally invested in this fight, and I'm still emotionally invested in what Wilder stands for, because of the fact that he stands for somebody like me.
I just want him to know that he ain't got to prove nothing to nobody.
If he retired tomorrow, I would not give a shit.
Your real fans know that you are a winner.
Right.
We see everything that's going on. We know that you're getting cheated. You don't have to prove anything else.
Right.
The haters always gonna talk. They never gonna stop. Ever.
Hey, Kevin Blocker, that makes sense, bro. That makes sense. He said they had to cover the betting spread. That's true. That's true. The betting spread was huge. It was huge. It was huge. You couldn't win no money off Tyson Fury last night. Sucker you in, because I bet it on Wilder. I did. I bet it on Wilder all the way up to round 12. I sure did. I bet it on Wilder all the way up to round 12. I most certainly did. And I'm not ashamed of my bet either. So the fuck ain't. Look at these bitch ass clowns, man. I swear, bro. I swear. Swear to God.
Lumpy Thompson. I like these.
Lumpy Thompson. See, when you ain't shit in real life, all you do is troll all day. That's what you do. And y'all make sure y'all screenshot that, send it to Jewelry Reporter. Fucking weirdos. Y'all gonna learn. I got something for y'all ass though. Don't worry. I got something for you. Documentation beats conversation. But anywho, let's talk about Sean Porter and let's see who's next. Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson fighting in 2 weeks in Atlanta. I think Shakur Stevenson is in for the fight of his life because Jamel Herring ain't no bitch. He is no punk. He is not gonna lay down. He's good. He's defensive. He can punch. It's gonna be a good fight. I can't wait till Errol Spence comes back because Errol Spence out right now because of the eye injury that he had. Porter and Bud, they fighting. They're fighting too in November, I think. They had that press conference last night. Bud Jangles, my bad. I said the wrong name, Picasso. Cano Loco, what's up, man? Me and the wife talking boxing while the kids in there playing. They in there having the time of their life right now. Jumping around in trampoline land. I'm gonna go ahead and have fun. But yeah, I honestly think, back to this Wilder Fury fight, I really think an injustice was done to Wilder. I really do feel that way. And I feel like it was more a pride thing that really led to the deficiencies and like the sticking to the game plan, being defensive, and not allowing Tyson Fury to just punch you all in the face.
Well, here's the deal. I hate to cut you off, but when we look at the last few fights that we've watched, we've already seen the injustice.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So could you really expect anything different? I feel like Wilder could have went in there at his best, and they still would have found a way
to rob
him.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that in the last couple of fights that we've watched.
Yep.
Not just
Mike Fox,
right.
Got screwed. Who else? The dude that fought Conceição fought.
It was plain as day. Like they robbed the shit out of them.
Yep. That's true.
So I didn't expect to. I knew something was gonna go on. I didn't expect the fight to go the way that it did.
Right. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because now that I think about it, had Wilder been 100% and he didn't have that getting inside of his head and all that other stuff, they switched the referee and the judges at 2 days before the fight. So they were
already complaining about the gloves and stuff.
They were already setting their play in place.
Right.
So yeah. You got more sense than these fucking dumbass trolls that be on here, bro. I'm for real, baby. You got more sense than these trolls to be on.
Wilder should have stayed at that body for a whole nother round.
Yes, I think he should have stayed there, stay consistent.
He was hurting him in that body.
Yes.
You could see it.
He was grimacing too.
I heard it go smack. Like you could see it. If he would have worked his body at least another round, he would have wore him out.
He would have wore him down.
He would have wore him out.
But I honestly think Fury went to the UK so he can get on some pads. I really do. Ain't nobody gonna convince me otherwise. You ain't gonna go 11 rounds with Deontay Wilder get dropped twice.
How long does that stuff stay in your system?
It can stay in your system up to 90 days. And it depends on what kind of pad.
So since they already have some kind of court order going, could that be brought up to see?
That could be. I don't know if they did violent testing though. But he could have a masking agent, or he could have let it get out of his system.
Is this nigga eating his boogers? This nigga eating his fucking boogers. You nasty. Oh, I'm about to show the crowd. This nigga is eating his boogers. Nasty. Y'all see this shit? Nasty. You see this shit? Watch.
He's eating his.
You nasty motherfucker. Oh, your mama watching you and all the kids.
Nasty. Boy, I told you snow roaches are nasty.
Oh my God, he eating all of them. Stop that shit. I'm about to blow the horn like nigga.
This dude.
He done ate 12 boogers.
This nigga is in his nose digging for gold right now.
Dude.
Dog.
He done ate 12 boogers.
I swear to God.
Stop eating your boogers.
Like
Oh, he's still eating them. He's licking them. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I just ate. And he licking his eye crust. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Weird, bro. I told y'all these. That's what these trolls. That's what I.
His mama doing it. His mama doing it too. You nasty.
Y'all nasty.
Big mama.
Get me the fuck out.
They all in that heat.
Y'all fucking nasty. Y'all are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
They in there eating boogers. The mama. I swear to God, bro. I swear on everything I love. They in there eating boogers like.
I just finished eating.
Like this.
Yo, don't touch the door. I'm glad they got sliding doors. Oh, y'all leaving.
Oh, y'all nasty motherfuckers.
Oh, he's still doing it, baby. Watch this. Well, quit eating your fucking boogers, you nasty. Yeah, that made you stop. Get out your damn nose. Somebody want to see that shit we just finished eating?
Oh, my. No, they ain't playing, bro. They are not fucking playing, dude. They're not. This dude was in his nose.
No, he's still eating them. He's literally eating them.
He's eating boogers right now in the car.
No, he's eating boogers.
He's eating boogers. He ain't no fucking donut Picasso.
And his mama was eating boogers too.
Hell no. Y'all niggas are disgusting. You nasty motherfucker.
Look. In it. What's wrong with him?
Y'all nasty. I hate this one of them nasty motherfuckers ass out in this parking lot. I swear to God, the shit you see in, boy, these niggas nasty. Oh my God, we just got done eating. God.
Oh my God. They don't give a damn about nobody.
You don't give a fuck about life, nigga. You just in here just going for gold right now. It's hard on the yard out here in these streets. These niggas I swear they are sitting by the door in this place eating fucking boogers like it was just
lunchtime.
Like this, and he's
still in it.
He's still in his nose.
Look, what he
like? Y'all some nasty some of them.
Look, he's still in it.
You nasty some of my bitches. Y'all nasty. You nasty motherfuckers.
Coronavirus. That's where it come from.
Yeah, y'all.
Now y'all been in there playing
around. I'm a booger eater too. Every one of them motherfuckers are nasty. Then this nigga was eating his eye crust. You nasty piece of shit. Boy, I swear these snow roaches are nasty as fuck. Boy, y'all better be glad y'all don't live here. That motherfucker was in his nose for gold, for dear life.
He was too.
Dear
and she
life.
did the same thing.
Mama was too. She was sitting there going in her nose too. Them motherfuckers nasty.
The mama looked over at him like he was nasty.
Hey, bro. Ain't no motherfuckers sitting at the door, looking in their nose, eating their boogers, bro. They were just sitting right there in that.
The mama and the son.
This nigga like here, like.
That's why I blew the horn if you heard me. I'm like, get out your damn.
Nasty.
He ate about 13, 14 bucks.
Nasty motherfucker. Hey, boy. That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting as hell. That's nasty ass shit. My wife done blew the horn at him,
eating. I'm like, what is y'all doing?
In the passenger seat. I just put it on camera. I was sitting right here doing a live. This motherfucker over here in his nose digging for dear life, eating the booger, just
Eating eye crust and everything.
everything. That motherfucker nasty, bro. But watch yourself in them motherfuckers nasty.
Keep your hands sanitized.
I'm with you, my boy. For real, swear to God.
Look, they
Nasty as fuck. My homeboy said they recycling. Hell no, them motherfuckers nasty, G.
just right there in the front.
I didn't give no fucks, bro. No fuck, not one fuck at all. I'm gonna quit arguing with trolls. Y'all some nasty motherfuckers. I ain't.
That's nasty.
What the hills have our shit we got going on here? Jesus, that motherfucker. He was just sitting there like he didn't give a damn.
She got out of the car and was doing it.
Yeah, she got out of the car standing by the door right there. And when you walk past a while ago, she got out of the car and she was in her nose and she was eating boogers standing outside the damn car.
Like, why you eating them?
They nasty as hell. Nitty Treat, what's up, bro? Exactly. Mm. Up in there going to work, digging like he had shovels in his nose, bro.
I expect that from kids, but not no grown people. Both of them were grown.
Y'all nasty. You nasty bastard. That's nasty. Oh, made my stomach hurt, bro. Exactly. Hey, that's why it pays to have your own sanitizer with you, man. I'm telling you, I'm a nasty, bro.
I hate if they drove Uber. Just
yeah, no. If it was my son's birthday today, I wouldn't be out here. I'd be at the house.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to your son, man. To the young king, man. Andrew 100, what's up, bro? That's some nasty ass shit.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
That's some nasty ass shit, homie. That's nasty. Roll my damn window. But I ain't talking to none of you nasty bastards out here. You nasty some of my bitches. I swear I done seen it all today. That don't woke me smooth the fuck up. I'm sleepy as fuck, but that shit just woke me the fuck up just now. Nasty some of my bitches. Nasty. Motherfucker in his nose just like this. I'm
he
talking
was in it.
Swear to God it was in his nose. Like
and
this.
every time.
And every time. He was just licking his fingers like he was eating some KFC.
Yeah, trying to get it off and under his nails with his tooth. Like he's fucking nasty.
Nasty son of a bitch.
And his mama happened to look at him like he was nasty, and then she turned around and started doing the same thing. I'm like, what the fuck?
And she said, the mama doing it. Oh, I want to go in there and get my damn children.
I know. I want my kids now.
Get on out of here, baby. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, kids.
Because the fact that you just came out of a place like that,
right,
that's unsanitary anyway,
right,
and you go straight to digging and eating.
See, that's why COVID-19 is running rampant in the United States of America. These motherfuckers are nasty. And them the same, I guarantee you, them the same motherfuckers that be sitting here talking about, oh man, you wearing masks. You don't need to wear no mask. You digging in your nose. That's why I always wear a mask. I don't get no fucks about it. I'm wearing mine. Oh, ooh, boy, pass me some of that.
Yeah, right. It just made me feel like I need to clean my hands right
Look,
now.
I done lit another cigarette, and I already had one that I have.
That was stressful to watch. See booger finger licking.
Hell no, Picasso. That shit nasty.
They are organic.
Hell no.
No, dog.
We ain't getting out, dog. We standing our asses in this damn car. That's what we.
I got y'all gloves. I wish at this point.
Damn, man, I could have brought some gloves. That was shit. Nasty, some of my bitches. Just nasty. Oh, you in the parking lot digging for gold, my boy.
She looked like what's his name, Louis Gossett Jr. If he was a little bit older. Look at him when he turned around. Don't he look like her? He the age.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Boxing? Shit. I done lost all my track of
boxing and boogers.
Damn, I done lost every bit of track of what I was talking about a while ago. Cause that nasty shit.
I'm just gonna say again. I feel like if anybody at this point really stands a chance, it's gonna be Usyk.
Yeah.
Usyk looked good out there.
Usyk can do it.
He looked ready to me.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I can't measure Tyson Fury being a good boxer when I haven't seen him box anybody without cheating to get it.
That's true.
So I don't really know if he's a skilled boxer.
That's true.
All I know is you're tactical. You're tactical and weighing somebody down, but skills and putting something together, I don't see that. So, but I seen that out of Usyk. Difference between Usyk and Wilder, I think Usyk's a little faster,
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit more patient.
Because he's shorter.
Yeah,
And Fury struggles against shorter opponents, like he struggled against Otto Wallen.
yeah.
Otto Wallen got off what he can get off because he was smaller than Fury and faster, and he
Mhm.
can move out of the way, so Fury couldn't reach out and grab him and
Mhm.
lay his weight on top of his neck to tire him out.
Right.
Because he gonna have to feel them punches, and every time he kind of come in to grab Otto Wallen, he'll pop his ass and he busted his eye open doing it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Usyk gonna be some
Usyk
problems.
gonna work
Fury.
his ass.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel that.
Fury ain't gonna just go in there and have no free picnic and go in there and whoop Usyk ass. Nah, he ain't gonna. Nah, he ain't let AJ lean on him at all. He put some paws on AJ ass, and he's good at using fundamentals. That's why he's a gold medal boxer. Shit.
But due
He
to
look crazy as fuck. Yeah, he look like a fucking psycho. But damn, Usyk can fucking box. He can box. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take that away from him.
due to all the stuff that
Can y'all hear me? Make sure y'all can hear me.
hey, you call.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bump. My wife knows boxing. She knows her
Mhm.
shit. She knows her shit. I ain't mad. Look, this is what we talked about last night. I think he was on PEDs, bro. Real shit. Real talk. I really think that Fury was on PEDs. I think that's why he went to the UK.
No, we are.
I really think that's why he went to the UK to get on some PEDs, cycle off from motherfuckers. Then come back to the United States
Well, we
and then
live
act
right
like he
now.
wasn't training and put out all these false narratives when he already had a system full of juice.
Mhm.
He already got a history of cheating as it is. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna overlook the fact that he has past paired uses? Are we gonna overlook that shit? No, we shouldn't overlook that shit because he's known for doing this shit. You know what I mean? It's
They in my room. I have to get them when I get out.
it's a damn shame.
Yeah, we'll be leaving here.
Now, ain't no way you gonna tell me he gonna do 11 rounds with Wilder, have that kind of a fight that he had with Wilder, and he still has stamina enough to go to a rave afterwards.
If I go by the store, I have to see if I go by the store because Nelson's okay.
Yeah, he had way too much
Alright,
stamina,
love you
bro. Way too much. Way too much. I don't care what nobody says. I think Fury was on page. If you want me to be honest with you.
Whether he was on pads or not,
he used a system that allowed him to do it.
Right.
So shit, I mean, can't argue with that when they allow him to do it. You know, you can't argue with them. They allow him to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They allow him to do it. They allow him to do it. Shit, they had the cheat in place anyway.
Well,
that's why
again,
they changed.
can we call for a drug test though?
Right. You know, but Vada and I don't even believe in the WBC. I was about to say something stupid. The WBC don't even give a fuck about pens anyway. So even if he was pens and he was on pens and he popped, they wouldn't give a fuck. But that would explain a lot more about this fucking fight. But because of the fact that
is Wilder on any medication due to the injury?
That I don't know. But I can find out. I can ask Tay.
And see, that's another thing that could enable him to be at his best too.
Right.
Like if he's having to take some kind of pain reliever still, I can imagine like
right.
suffering something like that.
I just hope the champ is feeling his best, is recuperating and recovering and shit, and he learns. And what he does from this point, I mean, I really have no issue. Like if he decides he wants to retire, he can retire, and I would be completely happy with that because I feel like he's done enough in boxing. I think he's done enough to garner a seat at a ballot in the Hall of Fame. I know he.
I feel like he's still the heavyweight champion in my eyes, and the only person that's gonna come up next to that is whoever fights Fury. I can't give Fury his credit. I just can't.
Right.
Because I don't feel like you did not deserve
you convinced
that.
me. I'm gonna tell you that now. You thoroughly convinced me because I was on the shit like on some humble shit like like, yeah, the best man won, blah 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 blah. But yeah, you're right. There's a
Nah.
whole too many. It's too many mitigating factors, and this motherfucker got too
It's
many
easy to look
mitigating
like the
things.
best if the best is not bringing the best.
That's
It's easy to look like the best.
that's true. Just like their resume.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like their resume.
Only thing Wilder had to do is use more defense, and that fight would have went. It probably wouldn't have went longer than 3 rounds.
Right.
But if you're not using defense against somebody that is obviously big, so he does pack a powerful punch. He might not be a knockout artist, but he pack a powerful punch. You're gonna feel that shit.
Right.
So if you would have used your defense early.
And if you let somebody lay on you the whole fucking fight, it's gonna tire you out. And plus, you had a new weight that you never fought at before.
Yeah, you had a better chance in the beginning. Period.
Yes, hitting to the body,
Right.
moving, sticking and moving, and hitting them to the body and making them think about coming in trying to grab a hold of it.
All right, because
But
if
when he
you're
went back to notice that when he went back to the old way of when he fighting and setting up the 1-2 and all that, that's when Fury was reaching out and grabbing excessively, and the referee didn't do shit about it.
Yeah.
Because that's the same referee that allowed Abner Mares to punch a man in the balls 12 times, and he didn't disappoint or disqualify the dude. But we seen at Robert Helenius' fight last night that the dude got disqualified for punching dude in the balls excessively.
If he would have used
loaded the balls like 5-6 times.
If he would have used his defense in the first 3 rounds, he wouldn't have had much use to need it in the last couple of rounds because you burned out to the fact that you can't even hold your hands up after that 3rd round.
True.
So that's the time when you didn't gain that much weight. Your defense need to be up in the first couple of rounds while you're trying to break that person down.
Right.
That way they already broke down, so now you don't really have to use your defense as much.
Right.
So he just kind of did things backwards, and I think he went in there with the right intentions but the wrong strategy.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically.
I feel that. I think if he would have used, like you said, used his defense and stayed with the body attacks to the 3rd round, this fight would have went a completely different way. It would have went way different. Way
I
different.
think, and when we was talking now, we have to bring up the Mayweather situation because a lot of people was making comments about Wilder being too prideful to let Mayweather train him. And I think that would have been a good matchup, even though I said that.
His dad training him would have been fine because his dad's an excellent trainer.
Yeah, but
his dad or his uncle. His dad and them, they know shit. You know what I'm saying? They know the ins and outs.
Nobody's doing what Mayweather do.
Right.
And one thing about Mayweather is he's very tactical. He studied his opponent at least for the first 5 to 6 rounds. Like he is not going in there trying to just knock somebody straight out. He studies. And what Wilder needed was the slowed down version, tactical fighting version of Mayweather.
Yeah.
He needed that. He could slow down.
Floyd uses that Philly shell and uses his foot movement, and he cuts off an opponent's ability to trap him in the corner. He cuts off their ability to be able to use their offense against him. That's what he do. That's what he's known for. But the only catch-22 with that is Floyd fights at welterweight. And Wilder fights at heavyweight, and they're not as fast as welterweight.
They're not as fast, but again, remember we was talking about you can teach somebody the same thing and slow it down.
Right.
Because your opponent is just as big as you are. So you get what I'm saying? Like
There's some shit with this fight though.
Yeah.
I can't say that. It's some shit with this fight. But you know these dumbass detractors are gonna dumb it down to, oh, you're making excuses.
Right, they are too.
You're making excuses. Yeah, fuck Fury with all my heart. Fact.
He said I wanted Wilder to pivot and use lateral movement. I agree with that. I feel like it was a lot of hesitation.
Right.
I think what was making me mad is when Wilder actually got that momentum up, he didn't keep the momentum up.
Right.
And I would have liked to see more of that. If you already got somebody stuck, don't hesitate. Stay on their ass. Like who what's his name? The Mexican fighter he's wild. What's his name?
Madonna?
Was it Madonna?
Mm-hmm.
He need to pull one of those moves. When that momentum pull up, stay on his ass,
Yeah.
and he needs to stay away from the corners.
Right. Stay off the ropes and don't do what
Stay off the
AB
ropes.
does and just stand trying to counter and just actually push the action.
Because I
But
noticed he was moving better in the middle of the ring than versus when he actually got near the ropes.
right, I think Wilder should have forced the action a little bit more. I think he should have been a little bit more aggressive because remember when he got
Mhm.
those knockdowns, he was moving forward
Mhm.
and Fury was on the back feet. Fury can't fight off the back foot. He can fight off the back foot, but it's not as good as he can when he's walking forward.
I think he was just hesitating because Fury's a cheater.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
know what to expect from
yeah,
him, and that's about the only thing that I can give Fury. He's good at manipulating and cheating.
yeah.
He's great at that. He's a master at that.
Master class cheater. That's true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
That little boy cute, little red house.
Yeah, that's true, Picasso. Like at heavyweight, it's different because the punches are harder and the fighters are a whole lot bigger, versus at welterweight where you can get off with actually catching punches with your shoulder or catching punches with your glove off the shoulder. But I think like Wilder Wilder just abandoned that game plan, which what I think that hurt him the most. That's really what hurt him the most.
Mhm.
And I feel like he should have just stayed to the body. That body attack was working perfectly.
It was.
I liked what he was doing to the body.
Mhm.
And Fury felt that
He was
shit.
feeling all of
He
that,
felt that shit.
and for some reason, he's decided to switch up. I think
He panicked and went back to the old style.
did he panic or did he get a little bit comfortable?
Thank
Because maybe he thought at that moment, okay, I'm getting him. I'm getting to where I want. I can go ahead and finish this.
you. Right. 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 It's all cool though.
Yeah.
It's all cool. Wilder's still my champ.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, if you can't assess and look at a fight and honestly view it and see and critique and be able to critique, you're not a real fan.
Mhm.
You're not. You ain't just like a real fan ain't one of those ones that just look at everything good that you do.
Mhm.
A real fan looks at all the good, the bad, and the ugly,
Mhm.
and you take that into account, and then just hopefully they can strategize a plan to where they make up for those inconsistencies, and then they take that and they run a mile with that, and then that's when you win fights. Because defense wins fights. You can say that now. Defense wins fights. You see what it done for Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez used defense all night. That's what he was doing against F.A. Jarba. F.A. Jarba couldn't do shit. He didn't have no answers for Frank Sanchez. None. And like I told everybody before, Frank Sanchez
He
is
was
going to
confident
move.
too.
Yes,
Frank
he's a
is
Cuban
very
fighter.
confident.
And Cuban fighters are quirky.
Mhm.
They can move in and out. They can change up stances. The shots that they land, like he kept landing that straight right. Right.
They know how to dance, and that's what we was talking about
right.
too. Dancing, like I wasn't good at video games, but once I found out that rhythm, then you have to kind of dance and stay in that rhythm with
Right.
things. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, DLG, I agree with you. You have to check him thoroughly. You have to check him thoroughly because he's full of shit. He is full of shit. Tyson Fury is full of shit. Period. Hearing the story, he's full of shit. Tyson Fury he just mirrored with all kinds of cheating allegations and shit that he's already done in the past. So you can't just say, well, he had a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what went into that. All I know is I've seen excessive holding, and I've seen him taking advantage of the excessive holding, and he was punching while he was holding him. And he was elbowing Wilder, too.
Mm-hmm.
While
he elbowed him in the
and
ring.
he was punching him behind the head while holding him, too. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, Picasso. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The fucking elbows and shit like that. But, at the end of the day, I really feel like
you have to be prepared for
gotta be
somebody.
prepared. You gotta protect yourself at all times. All times.
Somebody show you who they are, believe them.
Right.
Believe them. If they showing you who they are, they show you they ain't shit. You better believe they ain't shit. And that's a lot of money on the line. That's career on the line. Like that's a lot of shit on the line.
Facts, Bumpy. Nobody can't tell me how to fucking feel. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I like having conversations like this, because it gives you an opportunity to even just look at it from someone else's point of view. Like my wife, she's more analytical than I am when it comes to stuff like this. She's looking at more angles and more stuff that could have happened, what he could have did if he would have done this, and been more defensive and put his hands up and not allowed Tyson Fury to have his way with hitting him in the face. And then Tyson Fury coming in, he should have checked him to the balls to make him think twice about coming in, reaching and grabbing. That's what he did the whole fight. He's done that.
You got to learn to play
fights.
dirty.
All 3 fights he's done that. Reached out, grab, and then when he reach out and grab and get in the clinch all the time, like he did all last night.
Well, Wilder's just a straight up clean fighter, and
Right.
you have to learn how to be dirty when you got a dirty opponent and you
Right.
got all the odds against you.
I think he's too morally correct.
He's way
He's
too morally correct.
And Tyson Fury is the complete opposite. He's a dirty piece of shit. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's okay with being dirty too.
Yeah.
He's got enough evidence against him. Like, and people dumb this shit down to like, oh, you're making excuses. No, Tyson Fury's a known cheater. With fucking evidence. With video. With
He told on himself in the thing.
with that referee, Mr. Cotton, saying that he was the dirtiest fighter he ever refereed in his whole life, in his whole entire career. And he refereed fucking Galata. And Galata was deemed by a lot of people. As a matter of fact, Drew had somebody on his show that fought Galata, and he knocked Galata out in like the first round. I forgot who it was, but Galata's a dirty ass fighter. He's been a dirty ass fighter. He was a dirty ass fighter for a long time. But yeah, you gotta learn who you fighting, and at the same time, you gotta learn what to do.
That's where
just in case a motherfucker come in the ring, reach out and grab you, you give him a reason not to think twice about it again.
But that's why I said Mayweather would have made a really great trainer for him, because he would have taught him that. You have to study your opponent.
I think, me personally, I think Derrick James would have been a better choice. Because Derrick James, his fundamentals are something different. His fundamentals are something real different. Something serious. Something serious. Some fundamentals are something different.
She's so cute.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, she's so cute. Her little glasses. Oh, is that a girl?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
a girl.
a boy. No, it's not.
Oh, it's a boy?
Wow, he's cute.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate that though.
Yeah.
We expected something different, but I mean, I expected them to cheat.
Yeah.
But I still expected a different outcome.
Yeah.
Because I expected him to come in the ring focused and prepared for someone who's a cheater. And I think that's where I'm more disappointed than anything is you just didn't come prepared. That doesn't take away from your skills. It don't take away from your power. It don't take away from none of that.
Right.
But again, if you're unprepared, you're going to make your opponent, anybody you fight, look like they're skilled.
Right.
And Fury is not a skilled boxer. He is a fat ass slob that just happened to lay on people.
Fact.
And cheat.
That's fact. I mean, you said it's been a lie whatsoever. I mean, everything you said so far has been total facts. Like shit. Like I mean, shit. Ain't nobody in the chat arguing. Hell, shit. I'm telling y'all, man. Yeah, Picasso, I agree with you. I would rather see Wilder fight like he was when he first started fighting, when they call him windmills. I don't give a shit. But when they're wild and crazy, let this motherfucker feel all every piece of you. Shit. Let him not be able to read your punches.
If he would have came in wild and crazy, Fury wouldn't have known what the fuck to do.
Exactly.
Because it would have been a whole different side of Wilder. But see, Fury actually studied Wilder. He knows that Wilder is a straight up fighter.
Right.
He knows he's not in there to cheat and do that. He lives by he lives by what he talks about. He knows he's that.
Right.
So he already had an advantage.
True.
I hate that shit.
I do too. I hate that shit. I hate that so much cheating is allowed in boxing though. And I hate that the commissions ain't worth a fuck. And I also hate the fact that the commission never caught anybody cheating. I also hate the fact that a drug cheater you can go cycle on some dope, get your shit up, And you can have stamina after yin yang. You 270 pounds. You 270 pounds. But yet and still you can then turn in and have more stamina to last. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you still waving at you?
Yeah.
Oh,
They must be twins.
yeah, they must be twins. Must be their birthdays or something.
Mm-hmm.
Fury's a fucking cheater, bro. That's all that is to it. I mean, that's still nothing in history is gonna change the fact. Even though this is one of the best heavyweight fights I've watched in a long fucking time, it still don't change the fact that Tyson Fury's a fucking cheater.
Can I ask you what made it the best?
It's just the fact that Wilder displayed heart, even though with all the discrepancies that we just stated.
I feel like he displayed heart in every fight he's got in.
That's
So
true.
I don't know if I can call it the best. I see a best as being two straight up fighters. That was not the best fight I ever seen. That was something else.
That's
Wilder
one of the
show
best
heart
fighters.
every time he
It's
fights.
one of the best fights at heavyweight I've watched. It's one of the best fights at heavyweight I've watched.
I-
It's one of the best I've watched. I can't deny that. You know what I mean? I can't deny that. But Fury's a fucking cheater. That really takes tarnishes.
That's what I'm saying.
this
It's
could've
hard
been.
to consider that a best. I consider a best when I see two champions up against each other going blow for blow and ain't nobody cheating.
Right.
Like, to me, that was some bullshit.
Right. But I honestly think Fury cheated. I think there's some peg usage involved with that shit. That's why he went to the UK.
You know what Kirsten said?
What?
Mama, what if he's got something on the outside of his glove?
Right.
we was trying to come up with any kind of,
I mean, but it's
something.
possible because
Yeah.
he's a fucking cheater. I mean, there's no door that he won't go in if it means him getting the advantage and he winning. I mean, shit. You see how the American media praise him over an American fighter? Like, the sickening thing about it is, the most sickening thing, the most egregious part to me is the fact that black people are making this shit out to be a joke. They're making comedy videos and shit, laughing at this man. You know what I mean?
I would love this. I would love to know how Wilder felt coming into the ring.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm waiting to hear. Like, how did you physically feel when you stepped in the ring?
Right.
That would make a lot of sense for me.
Right.
Did you feel 100%? Did you feel like somebody did something to you? How did you feel? What you looking for?
So I think somebody walking that damn mirror. Shit. I don't know, like, man. My peripheral ain't shit. My peripheral ain't no joke. Motherfucker is real out here in these streets. Yeah, Picasso, I agree with that. This is a lesson for anybody. You don't have to listen to the rules, especially when. I think what it is, the number one rule all fighters should follow is know who you're fighting and know what they're capable of, and then you handle business according to that. Because I feel like once you do that, then it really it gives you more opportunity to come out with a better outcome versus you fighting and following the rules and the motherfuckers doing whatever the fuck they want. Because it's essentially what happened. Fury did whatever he wanted to in that ring, and nobody was going to be there to stop him or say otherwise. They didn't. No, my wife said that too, Willie. My wife said that too. That's what she just got done saying. That's why she asked why I wonder how Wilder felt before he went in the ring.
Am I the only one that noticed he was shaking in the second round?
Yeah.
His legs look weak, and he hadn't even really took no beating at that point.
Right. I think that's why I said we was talking earlier at our that's why I said I think Fury cheating him in that second fight and hitting him with all that bullshit that he hit him with and causing that dent inside of his skull. I think it really fucked him up worse than we thought it did.
Now, I wonder if his camp, the whole time during his training, noticed that, hey, he might not be ready, but just didn't say shit.
Probably. I don't know.
Because there is a lot of money involved, and people will stick you out there in the damn dirt.
There's money involved.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They'll easily say, nah, man, you good.
Right.
You hyping yourself, but you ready to go out there and fight, but you're not 100%, and it's money involved. You think your camp going to say, nah, man, I just don't think this is good for your health. We're going to have to take a loss. Hell nah. They're going to be like, nah, yeah, he's good. He's ready to go. And stick him out there knowing he ain't ready to go. So that's why I'm just saying, like, did his camp feel like he was ready to really go? or were they just saying that because everybody know it's a payday?
I have so many questions though now. You know what I'm saying? Your question just opened a lot of avenues for me to have more questions. You know what I'm saying? Because I just only thing I want is I want Wilder to get his justice. I want Wilder to get a straight up and down fight. I want Wilder to go in the ring knowing that he's fighting somebody who's completely honest. Like I feel like this would never. Like I feel like Anthony Joshua, ducking Deontay Wilder set all this shit in place. It altered how everything was supposed to go. Now, had Anthony Joshua fought Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury would still be fat and snorting cocaine in the UK.
I'd like to know if Wilder feels like he got his justice. He did just ask for another fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't say another clean fight, which you not, doing all the time. He asked for another fight.
Right.
So I felt like, in a sense, he did get his justice. He got what he wanted. He was granted another opportunity.
Right.
But I have to kind of put more of the blame on him because you were granted that opportunity. So and you knew who you were up against. So I expect more out of you when you going in the ring, as far as defending yourself.
Right.
I don't want you going out in the ring knowing that you're not ready to go and prepared to die on your shield, because I don't want to see you dying in the ring, because you have to prove a point to people. If you're not ready, don't get out there.
Right.
You don't have to prove nothing to your fans that's been supporting you. So at this point, you're going to die in the ring for a bunch of fucking haters. We owe young niggas to stop. Leave him alone. He fresh stuff coming up in here. Hey, man. He probably look. That nigga,
I think we should start doing more shows like this.
That nigga 19. You know they age fast as fuck.
They age like but I think love is a word salute. But shit. Hey, Willie Beecham, that's what we were just talking about. Wilder was gonna lose this fight one way or another. Period.
Good, Jared.
That Wilder was gonna lose this fight one way or the other. They were gonna make sure that he lost this fight. They were gonna make sure of it.
Well, he definitely got
L dog, your mama took an L. How about that? Get your dumb ass out of here, bitch. Get your dumb ass out of here. Stupid motherfucker. L dog bringing this goofy ass. You ain't got nothing else better to do than to run your stupid dumb ass over here to my chat. Stupid motherfucker. But yeah, I feel like that. I feel like the fix was in place there. To be honest with you.
I mean, he didn't look his normal self. I mean, when after this whole thing right here, he didn't look his normal self. I felt like maybe he was thinking in his mind, damn, these niggas do some shit again.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta go out here prove it. I was thinking all kind of things.
Yeah. Hey, Willie Beecham, they were counting punches that Wilder was landing for Fury. Like he was not throwing no fucking. He wasn't throwing no fucking punches in the first couple rounds. Wilder was throwing punches. He was landing body shots. But they were not counting them for Wilder. They were counting them for Fury.
Right.
The play was in. And I say that last night. I said, "Hey, you do know they're counting punches that Wilder's landing for Fury, right?"
It's like they said, okay, he want this fight. We're gonna give him his fight.
Yeah. Even
you know what I'm saying?
To court to sue him for the fight to begin with.
We don't give him your fight. We ain't gonna tell you how we gonna give it to you, but we gonna give you the fight. We're gonna change your ref at the last minute. We're gonna give you a fight. You can't say we didn't give it to you.
Right.
You have to be prepared and aware of things like that. If you have to go take a nigga to court, this nigga almost killed you.
All that. Jay Gibson, exactly. All those head reaching out and grabbing them, neck wrenching, punching in the clinch, and doing all that stuff and laying your weight down on his neck and no deduction from a referee. And it's the same referee that Abner Mares was allowed to punch a man low 12 times. And then in Robert Helenius' fight, Kalinowski was punching dude in the balls and got DQ.
I would have hated to seen that fight without gloves.
Right.
And Wilder has to learn to fight dirty. Because if that was a fight without gloves, he would have been a dead man today. You have to learn to fight dirty as your opponent. And if they're gonna count shit against you anyway.
Love is the word. You are fine. You are fine. My wife just said that. She just said that. She just said that he didn't look right. She said even at the second round, while his legs were shaking,
He was shaking.
it didn't look right. He didn't look right. Maybe that Tyson Fury cheating him in that second fight had that AB effect.
Mm-hmm.
When Maidana cheated AB, and which is the reason why AB don't throw his hands no more.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all were right. I'm not disputing none of this shit. I like talking about stuff like this because it's a fact.
I think we need to do a live watching the rerun and really like breaking this fight down because it was just a lot of stuff that wasn't right.
Yeah.
It was almost like Fury was waiting on the shit to kick in. All right, it's in there now. I'm about to fuck this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but at the same time, the outside play was in place too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The outside play was in place. The outside play was in place when they were counting punches that Wilder was landing for Fury.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and then you already had you had replaced the judges. So if it went to the cards, Fury's gonna win anyway.
What was the purpose of replacing the refs?
Because Morrow was the one that allowed all the dirty fucking fights, the dirty fight tactics, and he didn't change shit, didn't do anything, didn't deduct no points. The only person he cautioned Fury one time in that fight, and the rest of the fight he was only cautioning Wilder. That was it.
So who gets to? Do they have to agree for a ref change? Who gets to say?
It's up to the sanctioning body, and the WBC is dirty as shit. They dirty as fuck.
So it's nothing that the fighters have to agree on.
No, it's the sanctioning body because they sanction the fight.
I just want to make sure.
But I'm just saying the and then especially how the spreads look on the betting sheet. Yeah, of course I know the play was in. Oh yeah, they're gonna get their money. They gonna get their money.
Mhm.
Yes, it was from a head wrench. I called it on my channel last night. Fury had him down in the headlock and then he hit him. While he had him in the headlock and he dropped him.
Mm-hmm.
I called that shit.
When Fury fell down, he was down long enough to think in his head, damn, hi down, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was long enough to have a little conversation with himself. He was down there long enough to have a little conversation.
Fury was down for 14 seconds.
And they called the fight soon as Wilder hit. I ain't gonna lie, when I seen Wilder go down that last time, I personally would have rather them call it. But they definitely should have called it on when Fury went down the first time, and that fight would have been over with.
Right.
But when
who ain't even been here?
Yeah, that was a hard ass punch. Now I give Fury that was a hard ass last knockout punch. That was hard, and it was right there, right at the ear. Right there, I just knew when I seen that punch, I knew that it was over.
Yep.
And as it should have been with the injury that he sustained. You can only expect that. Do I think it would have caused the same damage if he hadn't been injured? Probably, yeah.
Right.
I just can't even lie. That was a hard fucking hit. He threw that damn hit back. You could hear that hit. So I can't take that away from him, but he should have definitely, that fight should have been called way before that. When Fury went down and he was down there for a little while, that's when it should have been called. So he got a second chance. Again.
Right, love is the word. It's like that. Like what people fail to understand is PTSD is real. Look at AB. AB was throwing hands and everything left and right. Everything left and right. But then after he fought Maidana and Maidana beat him up with those fucking bullshit ass gloves he wore, AB was never the same after that, and he's still not the same. And I feel like that may have had an effect on Wilder when Fury cheated him in that second fight. You know what I'm saying? That shit has a possibility of happening. You know, we'll go ahead and tell them to get ready to wrap that shit up.
Yeah.
You know?
I am. I'm just too invested in it. Like.
Yeah. Hey, but I ain't bullshitting y'all. Me and my wife, we stayed up after the fight went off, and we talked till 7 o'clock this morning.
7:45.
7:45 this morning. And I had to be up by 9 to be at church to go play. Mm-hmm. And I have not been to sleep since. I'm fucking a zombie, but I'm so invested in this that I'm up now. Right, love is the word. This PTSD that can make something flash and make you freeze. You know what I'm saying? And then when you panic, you're going back to old habits.
Yeah.
And I think essentially that's what happened.
No,
I'm talking about as far as Wilder ditching that plan of doing body shots and then going back to the old way he was fighting.
What caused him to panic?
Fury reaching out, grabbing him, and reaching out on his
Did
neck
that
like he did in
happen?
the second fight. He did the same exact thing in the second fight. Reached out and grabbed him, which is illegal. Laid his weight on top of his neck and wrenched his neck and choked him.
You got to
And the
stick and
referee
move,
didn't do-
though.
And the referee didn't do shit about it.
Got to stick and
Kenny
move.
Bayless didn't do shit about it. That bullshit ass ref last night didn't do shit about it. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's still bullshit. You know what I mean? But this shit, it happens.
Well, even in the grabbing, that gives you even more opportunity to touch that body.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't just let him grab you. Be punishing that body while he got you. He'll
Right.
stop grabbing your ass. But if you're not punishing him while he grabbing you, you letting him punch you and clench you in the head.
Right.
You know, even if somebody got you clenched in the head and they hitting you in the head, your arms are down here.
Right.
I would have been
hitting the
boom,
balls.
boom, boom. I would have been
I'm
doing
hitting you
all
in the-
that.
I'm hitting you in the balls. Fuck that. I'm gonna make you think twice about reaching out, grabbing me, and
Yeah.
laying your neck, your weight down on my neck. You see, Wilder failed. He purposely fell
Mm-hmm.
down on his knee like 2 or 3 times because Fury was laying his weight on the back of his neck. Fury's good at cheating.
I think I would lay down a little bit faster, though.
Yeah, I would.
Every time I
would've
seen you
got-
getting ready,
As soon as he laid his weight, I'm on my knee.
I would have made that nigga fall and
I would
trip all over me.
But you have to say something to him about it.
Yeah, but
You
you
would
say
have to say something because of the fact that we know how Fury is. He's a fucking cheater.
But I guess if he kept going to the knee, they probably would have said he was dropping him.
No, they wouldn't either. You have to be dropped by contact. If you got your arm and you clenching, and I fall to my knee and you clenching, that ref gotta say something.
It's funny you say that because the ref ain't got to say shit because obviously they ain't been saying shit all these fights. They don't have. They do whatever the hell they really want to.
Right. That's why I say this shit should be overhauled, and there should be a commission established of people who actually know the sport of boxing, and there should be a governing body that can control and mitigate the bullshit in boxing, so it cannot, it don't have the possibility of being affected by outside sources and being controlled by fucking money and fucking betting lines. That's what I think.
Jared, you try to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's drained and yeah. I still don't see somebody that works out like that every day be drained like that by the second round.
Right.
There's no way in the
out
fuck.
16 rounds.
Right.
And
there's
he didn't
no
look
way.
Like none of that. And man, you know. See, MSBC, you motherfucking weird pieces of shit.
That needs to be investigated again. They've just found a slicker way to cheat.
Yeah.
And I just don't see somebody like Deontay Wilder that works out. I'm sure he eats healthy.
Yep.
He takes great care of his body. Be tired by the second round, while on the other hand, we ain't seen Fury do much training. You know, he ain't lost no weight.
And this fat sloppy bastard is running around like an Energizer bunny.
He got all the energy in the world.
12.
Right.
And Wilder's never been one of those fighters to tire out that easy.
Right.
And
he probably smoked cigarettes. Fury looked like he smoked cigarettes.
Fury do look like he smoked cigarettes. Man, he look like he smoked something else. Man.
But yeah, that didn't make any sense. I mean, I can say Wilder put on all that weight, but still, even if he put on all that weight, when you watch those training videos, you see he has the stamina to go more than 2 fucking rounds.
Right.
He done already proved that he can go more than 2 rounds.
But just himself in this series with Fury, he went 12 rounds in the first fight and knocked Fury out in the 12th round.
Right.
Even though Jack Reese saved him.
He didn't even. I'm gonna tell you something. He didn't even look this bad in the beginning of the second fight.
That's true.
Not at the beginning.
That's true.
That's what makes me think like something had to been going on. He looked rough when he came out, of course, in that second fight. But he hung in there past the second. Like, you didn't see him wearing out by the second round.
It just raises so many fucking questions for me.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
I hate you, tobacco.
Like, there's so much corruption in the sport. Hey, did y'all see
Yeah.
what Boots and his
Okay.
dad said? Did y'all watch the video what Boots and his dad said about corruption in boxing? Y'all, if you ain't watched it, I strongly suggest you go on Twitter and find that video. I'm gonna go back and find it, and I'm gonna post it on my Twitter feed.
He said he already got somebody on Wilder's team on payroll.
That's what he said.
Who was giving him the water this time? Who was that guy?
Huh?
Who was giving him the water at ringside
What, this
this
time?
time?
I don't remember who was giving me water this time. I don't know. If I was Wilder, I don't know the water situation. I don't know who did they have their own water they brought this time, or did he get something else in his water this time? Because he didn't look right.
I
Probably.
seen that
Probably.
for a fact. I seen that.
Well, probably.
First, second rounds, I was hyped. First, second rounds, I was scared the most. I got comfortable when Wilder came after he looked like he was knocking Wilder out, and I thought it was about to be over with that first knockdown. When he got that energy out of nowhere and came back, like that's where I started having hope more in that fight. But I didn't think he looked good coming out this time, just like the last time.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
this shit is make my head hurt. There's just so many fucking questions I have, man. I have so many questions. So many questions. Because Fury's a fucking cheater. But he thrives in a system that allows him to cheat.
Well, we have to get on our job and do the digging and find out what's going on. I'm watching the fight again when I get home.
Let me see if they play this. Yeah, cardio is always necessary. But I'm pretty sure while I was working on his cardio, he bulked up the way he did. You know what I'm saying? The way he looked on his training videos, it just this came as a surprise to me. You know what I'm saying? I can tell he's been working out. Yeah, Willie, I agree with that. I agree with that. Strength and conditioning is a killer. Yep. And he has an Olympic trainer as a strength and conditioning coach, and Joey Scott. He had all the tools right. He had all the right tools around him. I think Malik Scott did a good job with him, but it just something wasn't right about Wilder. Just something I can't leave it alone now that my wife said what she said, because it makes sense. Something just wasn't right about him. It wasn't. Don't tell me they got to him again, man. Because it's possible.
You ain't gonna tell me Fury done just sat around and ain't did shit this whole time, and you come in the ring with all this energy and all this stamina. I don't believe that. He's too unhealthy.
That's true. That's true. Jack Green said his dad knew something was wrong with Wilder when he didn't do what he normally does and cock his arms like a pistol. Again, when they do the instructions.
Let's talk about this gay ass intro.
Oh yeah, that gay ass.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
That that right there. This whole 300.
That was a whole fucking sausage party right there.
I'm. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, what y'all think about that entrance?
I don't know. I guess that's why I told everybody last night to watch and don't get so caught up and get so emotionally invested in this fight, but we watch everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing to see it in person, but it's another thing to actually watch the actual fight on TV. Because the camera angles are right there in the ring. They're closer in the ring. Unless you're sitting ringside, you can't really see all of the stuff that we see.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they do that to kind of stretch their jawbone out, right? When they do that,
Yeah.
he was doing that a lot. I think they just do that to kind of stretch their jawbones out.
Right. Hey, Jared Green, Zach with the black woman in the front.
Cause Fury did it too. So I seen both of them do that. With the black woman in the front. Hey, y'all about ready? Well, honey, it's 6:40. Okay, I'm coming in. Okay.
What?
All right, I'm coming in.
What?
Bye bye. No. She said she was trying to see if Kennedy was ready.
Go on there and get a round of the troops. Time to go. This is fun.
I'll be back.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Y'all, I should do more shows with my wife talking about this shit.
Yep.
Yep, and I'm ready to. So live. You know what, man? If I mess around and turn Soul Man Sundays into the King and Queen hour, you know what I mean? Might turn that bitch out. You feel me?
I'll be back.
Yeah, baby. See what happens when you marry your best friend. You marry your best friend, you never know. Like, this is an interesting boxing conversation. They gone. Oh, no, they ain't at my church. No, we ain't got nasties like that in my church. No, sir. We ain't got nasties like that. But what y'all think? Y'all think I should do more shows with my wife? Because I really think we should. I really think we should. I love her take about boxing because she is blunt and straight to the point. She don't play no games. Like, she really don't play no games. She watch everything. And she's like that in real life. Like, she watches everything. Yeah, they're going to act like Fury never cheated now. Yeah, something was up, man. Something was, Jay Gibson, something was up with that. Something was up. It's something, I just can't shake this shit, bro. Something wasn't right about Wilder, bro. Something wasn't right about it. At all. Something wasn't right about this shit. And now you see all these brand new Fury fans jumping out of the woodworks now. Oh, I knew he could do it. I knew it. Fucking weirdo. Yep, she does. And I made her fall in love with boxing. You know what I'm saying? No, it depends on the person. This is a personal choice, Picasso. It's a personal choice. Like, some people wear masks, but if, like I say, it's not what you say, it's what you do. When you start watching what people do and their mannerisms, it tells you everything you need to know. And I watch my wife, sure do. I watch her, I sure do. I watch. I always pay attention because she pays attention to me. As soon as my mannerisms change, she knows something. That's why men always get caught up in bullshit because they always watching what we do. For real. Love is the word. Am I lying? I know I'm not lying. I know these are solid gold facts. They watch what we're doing. They watch our mannerisms. And as soon as we start acting nervous around them, they know some bullshit is coming with that. That's why I'm glad I married my best friend, and not only that, I married somebody that I can learn to grow with. You know what I'm saying? I learned to grow with her. And we've been together for almost 15 years. So, you know, almost 13 years married. Yeah, I seen Calvin Johnson. I don't pay no motherfuckers no attention. Like, you know, the sad part about all this shit is the fact that black people in general are so fast to tear down another black person. For real. For real. For real. If you want to tear down your own kind, look to a black American. They'll tear you down faster than anything on this earth. They will. Of course, we got races and shit, but the races are not more pertinent in our communities as our own people looking to tear you down and hate. Yep. Y'all, you're watching, you remember everything because you care. That is true. Right, Willie Beecham. I agree with that 100%. 100%. I agree with that 100%. All because of the fact that I know the type of fighter that Deontay Wilder is. Deontay Wilder is a no-nonsense puncher. He gonna get you out of there. And what's sad about all of this is the fact that motherfuckers can't even take out the fact that Tyson Fury is a known fucking cheater. A known cheater. A known cheater. Now the troops are back.
Andy.
Get in on that side.
So you want to take out? Andy money too.
No, we're not tearing down Wilder at all. We're just stating if you can't objectively look at this fight and form a critique and actually say and tell the truth about what you actually think, then you really you hush.
And you said exit way.
Hold on, dude.
Oh!
They ain't in the car.
Oh snap! My bad. Yo, y'all about to be left. I'm glad when nobody sit on the side.
Exit 40, man.
For the pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. You know I'm stopping at my store. Yeah, already right there.
Yep.
Y'all good?
Nah, I don't know about that. The thing about it is I don't know what Wilder and those plans as far as the legalities of all this stuff that they went through as it is. I don't know what the plans are for that. So I really can't speak on account of that. But what I can say is that I hope that what was done in the dark does come to light. This fool is flying. I hope so.
So which way I'm turning? This way or that way?
Yeah. So you get a Mexican job.
Mm-hmm.
Mexican job.
Okay. I was sitting there like, wait. I want to see K too, but it's just, yeah. Probably just wanted to play with you. He probably just wanted to play.
Hey, Willie Beach, you are right.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. It's his birthday. I always live by the code of what's done in the dark always come to light. Eventually it will. And like Drew always says, time reveals all truth. And I know it's gonna come. I know it's gonna come out. I know it's gonna come out. I know all this stuff wasn't in vain. And I know we all don't feel the way we feel for no reason. We don't just up and just feel like this just out the blue. That don't happen.
That's right, love is the word. God always got a plan. Does it look like you're winning all the time? I need to get over on it. No?
Before we get over.
You know I got off the highway. You know I don't travel down here a lot. I don't know nothing about this area. That sounds like a good old plan. But we love Deontay Wilder. Ain't nothing changed there. Your real fans are always gonna be here. Period. And I don't expect anything less from turncoat ass niggas. Like, I expect them to turncoat when they favorite fighter ain't pulling his weight like they expect. Alright, okay, my bad. But for the real, for the real fans, your real fans are always gonna be here, and we don't expect you to go in there and we just expect you to go in there and do your best,
Right.
and that's it.
I just want
The series not the best. I would have rather seen Beyonce fight.
yeah,
That would have been
that'd have been him.
a hell of a fight. Period.
He's a fucking dirtbag cheater. He really is a dirtbag ass cheater. He really is. He really is a dirtbag. He's been a dirtbag for a long time. You know what I'm saying? There's so many accusations and so many people that with the instances where Tyson Fury done done some dirty ass shit. You know, but there are so many people out there that are willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, because they understand that, you know, they just some people are just like, especially us, I'm talking about black people. They'll give this motherfucker all the benefit of the doubt in the world, but still shit on Wilder in the process. And that's what I hate. That's why I'm not critical of Wilder. I just know who Wilder was fighting. He was fighting a dirtbag ass cheater. And that's what he is.
So that fight wasn't exciting to me. I just want to see them fight for him to get his revenge. But if I wanted to see a real fight, it would have been Usyk and Wilder.
I swear you trolls, I hope you eat 1,000. Shut up, I got my kids, so y'all better be glad. The biggest idea of me. Look at this.
Don't look at them. That's the point. Don't look at them.
Don't worry, I'm blocking. Like that.
No, they stupid.
Yeah, he can only do his best, and that's all we can expect of him to do. Do your best, and that's it. So, and I mean, you know what? Y'all know something that's real funny? The ones who's talking shit about Wilder wouldn't last one round with him. Couldn't do half the shit that he's done with what he had.
And they know it.
Couldn't do shit. Couldn't do a fucking thing. Could not fight. Could not do shit. Wouldn't last a round. Wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. But they still got something smart to say about Deontay Wilder. That's funny. Couldn't even last. Ain't done nothing. Like, well, he's a hype job. Well, he's the richest, most celebrated hype job I've ever seen in my life. The man got accolades you will never accomplish in your life. This man kids ain't never got to work, but your goofy, dirty ass still living in your mama house.
Lunching at 9 to 5.
Exactly. Working at Taco Bell with your fat ass.
He the one that always putting extra mayonnaise on people's fucking sandwiches.
Right.
Nasty.
Fucking nasty.
Get out of here.
Y'all the same ones talking shit about this man, knowing you couldn't do half the shit this man already accomplished. This man is a Hall of Famer. Period. He a Hall of Famer. Gotta go. Yeah, love is the word. That's right. But I'm just speaking in the audience. All the ones who talking shit about Wilder couldn't walk a mile in this man's shoe. Couldn't even walk 2 inches in this man's shoe. Couldn't deal. They would break down from the pressure of all the critiques and all the criticisms and the op-eds and the sportscast writers, the so-called boxing analysts that talk so much shit about Deontay Wilder. These motherfuckers will crack under the pressure. And Wilder still goes out there and gives you everything he got.
Slow your dumb ass down now.
If Wilder would have won the fight, it would have been the same thing. It would have been the same thing. It would have been the same. Shout out to Wilder. Wilder ain't got no pass. He ain't got no pass history with cheating. He ain't got no pass history with cheating with gloves and nandrolone and all this other weird shit that he done. He ain't got no cheating history. So you can't use that shit. You comparing apples to oranges, but good try though. Good try though. Nice try. If Wilder would have won, what would have been serious? Great job, champ. Wilder don't have to cheat. He don't. His natural ability and athleticism speaks volumes. And for that reason, that's why your goofy ass is in the chat right now. That's why you can't stay away from a conversation when we're talking about Wilder.
You don't have
because
to.
he does everything you can't do.
You don't have to cheat, but you don't have to be so morally correct
Right.
when you know somebody's on your head.
Right.
Sometimes it's necessary. If you're cheating to defend yourself, you have
I still
to.
talk shit about Fury because Fury's a fucking cheater.
Yeah.
Period. Fury's still a fucking cheater. Whether y'all want to dress this shit up or not, he's still a fucking cheater. Period. What?
Food. Well, pick it up. Still in the bag?
Yep.
It's all good. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Thank you. It's all good, baby.
One where you ain't paying for it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna make sure that. Still, and I mean that's what I'm saying. They all, well, what would you say about Wilder? Wilder ain't Fury. Wilder ain't got a cheating past. Wilder, everybody talks shit about him fighting. They criticize his fighting style. They criticize his pedigree. They criticize everything they can about this man. At any given chance, they criticize him. Still. And he still goes out there and outperforms. Every opponent that he's ever fought, they've always been deemed more technical, have more boxing ability than him, but he still knocks them out. But here you are. What you said about Wilder? Same thing I would have said about your mom. Next question, please. Talk to you, please. Talk to you. Basically, like I said, love is the word. The reason why people talk so much shit about Wilder is because they couldn't accomplish half the stuff that he's done already. That's what's wrong with them. And it bothers them when you see somebody that's successful off their own merit and they work hard to do it. It bothers them to their soul because they can't accomplish it. They ain't got the willpower or the heart to do what this man does. They don't. Yeah, why do you think they be over here hating on the LDBC? They can't accomplish what we do because we put in the work to do. They don't. In a perfect world, love is the word, they would. But we live in America. Yeah, we have trolls in real time walking around and amongst us. They don't care. They don't have no decency. Ain't nothing decent about a troll. Ain't nothing decent about nothing that they say. Ain't nothing. They got no code or no honor amongst themselves. None. Right, Willie Beecham. That's why they on the safety of the computer. That's it. They behind the computer screen. That's why they talk all that tough shit and that weird shit. They wouldn't last around with Deontay Wilder at all. Wouldn't even last 30 seconds against that man. One punch, they gone to sleep. And they know this. So they'll say, well, Wilder's a bum. I bet you won't fight him. Wilder's a bum. I bet you couldn't win the WBC belt and defend it for 5 years. They have 10 knockouts to defend your belt with. I bet you couldn't do that. I bet you couldn't go into boxing at 21 years old and go to the Olympics and win a medal. Bet you couldn't do that. Oh, he's a one-trick pony. Well, that's a hell of a trick. That's a hell of a trick.
It ain't about what he is. I don't respect no drug cheat.
Nope, I don't either.
Let's talk about the opponent. Don't talk about him. Talk about what he's doing.
Exactly. We've already done critiqued what we thought, what may have went wrong with Wilder.
Right.
And it could have been something that led up to that, which is the reason why he reacted to it. Because for every action, there's a reaction.
Can't trust no damn crackhead.
You sure can't.
Like, what the...
You can't. I don't know what century y'all niggas was born in, but you sure can't trust no drug cheat.
No respect for Wilder.
Because we're awesome, Willie Beecham. It's right. We're awesome. We're naturally awesome. We're naturally dope-ass people. And that's what these motherfuckers hate. Might as well go to the store first.
Yeah, I was trying to get around these folks.
You know these bastards.
What is you doing over here, Truck?
Not nothing. A whole lot of nothing. It's like this raggedy ass.
You have to get back behind your stupid
So ass. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the math.
Doing the backwards.
That that's the math for the future. That is the math. Like the thing about it is, for centuries, black people have gone above and beyond the call of duty to blow out any bullshit narrative that these racists and all these bigots out here don't put out about us. We do it every day, and we do it with ease. Even when they try to strip everything away from us, man, they go all the way back to when black people were first drug over here on boats and learn and do other stuff, and they couldn't stop it.
They didn't think we were stupid. They knew we were smart. They didn't steal no slaves. They stole people that was doing some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Doctors and lawyers,
Teachers and doctors, and they stole all their ideas and then try to whitewash them. That's what they did. Now all of this stuff is coming to light. Now you're starting to learn history about history that you never heard about before. Like, that's the reason why they don't teach this shit in school. Because they know if everybody find out who America really was and how shitty America really is, alright. That's why I said what I said during the national anthem yesterday. I ain't supporting no national anthem that don't give a fuck about me. All because of the color of my skin. Fuck that national anthem. You can take that national anthem and shove it up your ass.
nationally.
Nationally. And I mean all disrespect. And every bit of disrespect, too. All disrespect intended. Take that shit and shove it right smooth up your ass. Oh, I pledge allegiance to the flag. I need gas. Yes, I do. Yep, I need gas.
Tip it up.
Take that shit and shove it up your ass. That's what I'm saying. Take that flag and shove it. It ain't working here no more.
Wait a minute. You're
It's on this on the driver's side.
driver's side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like your car.
I should have known that. I knew that. It's slow. Sleepy.
Yeah, you're gonna be good. What's up, folks? It could be. It'll be a good fight to see. You know, it'll be a good fight to see. Hell, I'll pay to see it. You know what I mean? I would. Get 12 and gas and get some.
Okay.
Two.
Okay. No, is he going out? He going with me. Jesus, don't quit all that.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like that. I feel like us as Black Americans and Wilder in particular, we have so many hills to climb for us to get a fair shake, and it's just like everything that we've ever have accomplished in our lifetimes. Just like our grandparents and our great grandparents, they had to go through so much to accomplish just the bare minimum and get the bare minimum amount of credit for, you know. And just looking back on this fight, now that I think about it, now that we had this conversation, it even just brings more light to, you know, like the cheating in boxing, the 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 bullshit in boxing, you know, it's a damn shame. It really is. It really, really is. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame that we have to look at this fight so analytical, that we have to look at all points of this fight because of the fact that Tyson Fury is a known fucking cheater. You know, and we shouldn't even have to be having conversations like this, but unfortunately, due to the person that Tyson Fury is and the worthless piece of shit that he is, we have to have these kind of conversations. Mackin' is Mac. What's up with it, family? She went to the store. Yeah, it's Bum Squad for life, and it is personal, and that's why I'm so invested in it. Like me and my wife both, we emotionally invested in this shit. You know what I mean? Like this shit is just not about just boxing. It's a whole Bum Squad means a whole lot more than that to me. It really does. It means more than just that to me. It means a whole lot more. Wilder stands for a lot. He stands for a whole lot. He stands for a whole lot. And I mean a whole lot. He stands for a whole lot. You know, Wilder is going to go down in history as a legend because of the fact of what he was able to accomplish with limited skills and him not even having a boxing pedigree and him being able to utilize what he had the best that he could and to become one of the best and one of the most strategic punchers in the history of boxing. Yeah, Wilder ain't struggling for shit, 8 count. He's not. He's not. His kids are never gonna have to worry about shit again. His kids are not gonna worry about shit. His kids ain't gonna worry about shit. Like his wife, everybody ain't gotta worry about nothing. What, man? Yes. I gave you my red card. That's 12 sometimes. Lord have mercy. It's like the thing about it is, like Wilder has accomplished so much that it gets lost in the wash, and people will use that bullshit, and they will run a mile with that bullshit, and they will constantly look for reasons to pick and talk shit about Wilder, overlooking all of his accomplishments. But I acknowledge his accomplishments first because of the fact that otherwise it'll be ignored. And they'll constantly ignore it because that's what these fucking retards do. They ignore it and they don't care. And they'll look over him and they'll look over him and they'll look over his accomplishments and they'll look over what he's done. They'll look over the 10 title defenses and him holding the belt for 5 years, for him never being popped for a drug test, never having no kind of conspiracies behind him, no glove theories and no other bullshit. They make up shit to talk about Fury. They make up shit about Wilder to justify the bullshit that Fury got caught doing. If that makes sense. They make up conspiracy theories about Deontay Wilder so that they can justify the dumbass shit that Fury has got caught doing. He actually got caught doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's actual people that he's cheated, and he know he did. He cheated Steve Cunningham, cheated John McDermott, you cheated Nevin Patchkin, you cheated everybody. You ducked the rematch with Vladimir Klitschko, and it was signed. It's so much shit with Fury. That's why you can't up and I was just saying just grandly, just broadly saying like congratulations, it was a great fight. It was. But my wife got a point. If the best ain't at its best, then it really isn't the best fight the best. I love that. I'm so glad my wife said that shit. I'm glad. She really opened my eyes to a lot and not to be so fast to try to give somebody a title or something without looking at all of the facts and knowing that the facts are that Tyson Fury is a fucking cheater. Always has been a cheater. And that always will be a cheater. And the world will overlook it because of his skin complexion. That's what it is. These are all facts. Ain't nothing that I'm making up. And because so for that reason, that's the reason my wife says he ain't great. He ain't great, and I agree with her. I really do. I take back everything I said about Fury goofy ass. Fuck him. Right, Willie. They'll overlook the fact that this man got a whole dent in the side of his head, and Fury all of a sudden in one training camp becomes a power punch. Fuck. He couldn't even knock out Otto Wallen. Couldn't even knock out Otto Wallen. And now all of a sudden you become a knockout puncher. Sugar Hill can't teach strength. You're either born with it or you're not. Mm-hmm.
In the car. Yeah, Willie Beecham. That ain't never in the history of ever them ever happened, bro. You don't teach one punch knockout power. You either born with it or you ain't. He's got one punch knockout power now. He's got one punch knockout power now. Yeah, she's a god. Sugar Hill know they know they riding off on this cheat though, man. They really are. What's up with it, Sir Senior? It's still Team Bomb Squad over here, bro. It's still Team Bomb Squad. I ain't wavering. I ain't falling. I ain't fake. I ain't no sir. You will never catch me doing no weird shit like that. Go ahead and start talking shit about Wilder. Nah, fuck you. You got the wrong one. I'm an absolute wrong one. I don't turn on nobody like that. I don't do it. I'm glad I'm surrounded by a lot of people that don't do it. And that made me proud to see all the posts from everybody from the LDBC congratulating the champ and telling him how proud we are of him. He needed to see that just because he knows we're family to him. You know what I mean? He needed to see that. Yep. It's a hard day. I should have threw that bag away.
Who gonna throw the bag away?
This bag right here on the floor.
Oh,
Thank you.
Man, baby cooking some box drive. Man, we gonna start doing a show on Sunday. God darn it. Show live. Show live. They like this. They said,
y'all like me?
they said the queen know what she talking about.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much, but
So you know
I know when to call bullshit when I see it.
you know more than most people who play ain't no boxing. Say that now. You know more than most people who play ain't no boxing. Real. That's why I talk to you.
I know that.
You don't know nothing about boxing. Who is Sugar Ray Leonard? Alright, sit back there. While me and mama over here having a conversation.
Can I turn right here?
No, wrong. Wrong. Wrong.
No, you turn right here.
Yep. Hey, you know what? You know Willie Beecham, now that I think about it, yes, his grandmother was worried about him. He's anointed. No, baby, go right there. What are you doing? What are you
Baby,
doing?
I don't fucking
No,
know.
go right there.
Okay, calm your nerves.
No,
I can turn around. Damn.
What are you doing?
Going in that way, it's a whole nother entrance back there. Calm your nerves. Well, you quit hollering at me, let me drive. You want to be the driver? Do you want to drive?
I might have to.
You can have this wheel. Oh, move. Get out the way.
My heart is in my.
Why, though? I can see if I turn down in front of traffic. Like you just too paranoid. You can't. You the one that can't damn drive.
I drive better than you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
The hell you say? My driving record is immaculate, honey. I've never been pulled over. I ain't never had nothing happen.
To replay.
Okay. Says the man that's got 100 tickets. Don't come for me. Stay over there in the passenger seat. Stay in the passenger
seat right now. Over in line. Capping. Stop the cap on the app, homie.
Well, big bank take little bank. My freaking driving record looks way better than yours.
Because I'm Ricky Bobby and I want to go fast. Don't be a hater all your life.
Got me fussing on this darn computer.
No, I guarantee you I can drive around Greenville without no map.
No, because you work in Greenville.
I can drive around where we live at with no map. You still have to live, you got to use the map.
Oh,
Somebody get off the line. No, we just playing. Don't take that serious, love.
Yeah.
You got to use the map. She got to use the map to go to the grocery store. While she over here hating. Talking about her immaculate driving skills. No, big dog.
Boy, don't quit calling me.
No, my kids are grown now. These ain't children. These are not children. I got an 18-year-old sitting back there and a 13-year-old sitting back there.
Who's 13-year-old?
You. Today's your birthday, remember? Talking about who's 13-year-old? Shut up.
These kids raise more cane than we do.
I gotta be in our house with one day. Shit. Love is where you ain't seen nothing. This ain't nothing. This light work right here. You gonna turn around, turn and call. I know exactly who that is. Exactly who that is. Where your mom at?
Huh? No, that's Cam.
Who moved?
Oh, snap. Tell him
to hold on. We on the way home.
We're on the way. Dang. Sorry.
Yeah, with her over here turn on doing a whole U-turn in the middle of the road.
Tim, we're getting pizza and we're on our way. Hey, Tim. Actually, you want to meet us in Hollywood? I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll probably be home.
He gotta get his stuff.
Oh, yeah, he got to get his stuff.
Yeah, just tell him.
Okay, we'll be there in a minute.
Tell him give us 15 minutes. We order get some pizza. So they have something to eat because they'll jump they all doggone energy out of shit. Tell him give us 15 minutes.
He don't have his stuff,
He don't have his stuff.
Oh, what's the name of them at the house, though?
But Cameron don't know where his stuff is.
What did he say? He ain't got nothing he need, real.
Does he got anything that he need at the house? His clothes. It's all your stuff in the bag.
Hey, how you doing?
I get for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What about those clothes?
I've seen that biggest pizza. Is that like a bigger size than the
what?
I think it's called it's like the one for $6. You can change.
The extra best?
Yes.
It's just a pepperoni, but it got extra pepperoni on it.
Oh, okay. Let me just get 2 pepperoni. Can I get 2 pepperoni pieces? And yeah, that's it.
11.77.
We got anything to drink at the house? We got anything to drink at the house? No, I'm talking about Well, tell them we'll be there in a minute. We leaving here now. We're leaving here now. Won't take but a minute. Thank you.
Y'all have seen a lot of shenanigans and stuff from us today. No.
We so ratchet.
You know what? I'm really about to say something. What y'all want to talk about? Because I'm tired of talking about type of great big fat thinking ass. You look like you must be. Huh? What? Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Just tell them drive that bad and we'll be in the club. We're on the way. We're on our way right to the house now. We're on the highway now. And plus, I want to make sure you get something to eat because we ain't got no place in this car. Yeah, mama, I'm on
Hello? Hey.
Porter versus Crawford. I think Porter gonna shock the world. Cause Bud ain't had no doggone fight.
Yeah. We're about 10 minutes away. We'll be there shortly. Okay. All right. Love you.
I ain't know what time it was.
Oh,
I thought he was
right.
up with that way.
Faster. Let it in.
Not fast. Driving up the street and then turn off the highway. This is fast.
Yeah, there's some they get out my way. They push you further down the highway too. Oh, just ride. Why I can't now drive and you just ride? For what?
Son, no, what's up, bro? That's what I'm going to do. My old man mode. I'm dog tired.
Yeah.
It's been a good conversation, though. I'm glad everybody got to share their thoughts and opinions and what they feel. I'm so glad y'all did. This was a good show. Like, matter of fact, I wasn't planning on going live, but it's just, I don't know, this is about cool, and I think me and the Queen should do some more cool ass names for it now. Cause hey, as y'all can see, the Queen knows her shit. You feel me? She knows her shit. She knows about some good old boxing. Got some good old boxing talk today. I'd be honored for me and her to have a good old conversation and talk about boxing. You know what I'm saying? I like her viewpoint because she looks at stuff different from me. We ain't always gotta agree on everything. Which is that much more beautiful than anything else. To have differences of opinion, but being able to come to a conclusion at the end of the day, that's what makes it beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's why she's so dope. And that's why I love her big head ass.
Right,
you know,
Kennedy, get him.
yourself in that backseat when you get put in that car.
My son ain't gonna let you talk to me about my head. No, but I enjoy talking about it.
Right, Picasso, that is true. Yes, hey, love is the word. That's the point. We're not all conducive to just one opinion. We're not conducive to one opinion.
I don't know why you point your finger one more time, and I know how to get home. I swear, I'm not driving no more.
You like you're gonna drive tomorrow. Oh man, come up there in your show now. I'm fine.
Uh-oh.
Now, as long as my name is I am still Will. My wife is on that ice.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's loud.
She be on this point like that. She don't care.
Dang. Oh my God.
So do she be up on that ice. Yeah.
As soon as I get home, y'all gotta help me get home.
Drop you on your head. That's what you crunching on something. Eagle's head over here chewing on ice. That's weird. My wife be over here crunching on ice like a mug. Like this thing been going on since we up in together. Real. We've been ice eating everything. Like eating ice every day. I'm talking about 4, 5, 6, 20 cups of ice. just love it. She just love it. I
It
can't
tastes
explain.
good.
She said ice tastes good. What kind of? What
It
does
has
ice
a
taste like?
taste
What does ice taste like?
and texture. I like texture.
Now texture I can understand. Ice don't have no taste. It's water.
Some of them do.
Ice is water.
I bet you done tasted some funky water out the faucet that didn't taste like
Like well water take out the taste.
right. Well, once it freezes, it's gonna taste like whatever.
Got germs. This water got it. That's why I like well water. That's why I'm glad my daddy got well water. So they just get around every day. Well, my ears stopped. It's never a dull day in our house. So y'all know that. But it was fun though, for real. I really had fun today. Y'all really kept me up. I was sleepy as shit while ago. Now I'm up. I know when I take a shower and lay down, I'm going to sleep. Straight to sleep. As soon as I find a movie up, that's what I'm going to find.
And then Mr. Ellis ain't got school tomorrow, so hey. And this truck swerving.
Yep.
Way from you.
Hell no.
Don't worry.
Why hell no, you honor. Get me off that nigga. This nigga over here talking about safety first and you swerve. That nerve of you. Talking about safety first and you over here swerving in and out of traffic. The audacity. The sheer audacity.
Hold on, I could get off on one of these. Oh, well, never mind. I had to get home because his dad. So I'm about to say I could have got off one of them exits, went the back way and dropped the in off, and then went home. Huh? I'd rather do all that at once. Yeah.
Anywho, what y'all want to talk about next Sunday? Because me and the Queen doing another show. I'm already designating her to do another show next Sunday. Y'all good. She's going to be on Soul Band Sunday. But we're going to change it. We're going to change the name. I'm going to change the name then. Soul Band.
I think you should just keep it Soul Man Sundays and just name a segment that we could just be a part of.
Picture in the Queen's Corner.
Queen's Corner.
That sounds pretty dope. That's kind of catchy.
Yeah.
She like Tom and Jerry. Inseparable.
I would like to figure out how we can go about starting our own boxing commission. You know, we talked about that.
You know, doing a boxing commission, own belt, LDBC, their own belt.
Why do we feel like
body commission? We got fighters like Monaco ICM.
if we see that these places don't appreciate us, why do we feel like we have to have that acceptance to be number one in what we do?
That's what every sport you can think of. Black athletes dominate. Basketball, football, baseball, golf, tennis, gymnastics, boxing, MMA. There's nowhere you can turn and nowhere you can hide where we're not great. You can't hide from it. And I guess that's yet another reason why they got to cheat if even playing because we're naturally just great. You know what I mean? It's natural. There ain't no extra. We ain't got to add nothing extra. Just got to be great. Be naturally great. You know.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff. Y'all got anything else I want to talk about before we get up off here? Open topic. Open topic. Open topic. Open topic. Open topic.
World greatness.
Open topic.
Kim just said you want to talk about possum meat and squirrel gravy.
I ain't gonna be picking at me. Y'all ain't gonna be picking at me. Communication. Communication is communication when two parties are listening to understand versus listening to respond. Yeah, it's dark as hell outside, you know. Networking is great. You know what? Like networking in the LDBC is talking a lot. You meet a lot of cool individuals. You're gonna meet a lot of cool individuals. I know what I can talk about. I know exactly what I can talk about. The LDBC meet and greet next year. LDBC meet. If you had your choice of 3 places where we could have the LDBC meet and greet, where would y'all want to go? And this is important because I'm gonna bring this to them. I'm gonna bring this up. It's dark as shit. The sun just went down. If y'all can go anywhere where we can go and have a LGBT meeting, where would y'all want to go? You said California.
Miami.
I'm talking about in person. Ain't nobody coming to California. You got too many LDBC members down south. I'm talking about y'all be reasonable now.
Florida.
You got a lot more LDBC members in Texas and down south. Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and South Carolina, Florida. You got more LDBC members down this way than you do on the west coast. So where would be 3 ideal locations to have the LDBC meeting? I know me, one, we can do it in Dallas, we can do it in Atlanta, or we can do it in even Florida. I know it's a bunch of y'all in Cali, but it ain't as many of those down south, bro. It ain't as many as everybody down south. Or we can even do it in Charlotte.
Do it in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, we can do it in New
Oh, well,
Orleans.
wait a minute. They got some shit going on
Maybe.
with the weather.
But of course, once yeah, of course people are gonna spot out and look and see where where we're gonna go. They're gonna make sure it's a good location where everybody can get there, where they can get like a hotel, so we can get like a group rate, so that we can all stay in the same hotel or whatnot, and then we have our itinerary of events. So when we do this thing, it's gonna be organized. It ain't gonna be just something thrown together. It's gonna be something very organized. It's gonna look real good. And it's gonna be fun. No, I'm talking about for next year, June, like summertime, early summertime next year. Early summertime next year, June. So that rules Florida out.
Cali out either. You have to have vaccines everywhere.
Lord, if you didn't pick the rankiest hotel, you could thank me. Christ, I would never stay in this state ever in life. Never. I mean, New Orleans is an option, you know what I'm saying, just depending on when we go. But, like, I'm saying if you had your absolute choice about it, I'm going to tell you my absolute choice is either Dallas or Atlanta. I mean, that's just me. I'd rather do it in Dallas or Atlanta. I mean, because either way, you're gonna have plenty of stuff to do. We can find a place, you know. I'm saying if we can find something that's in a reasonable price range to give everybody time to save up money, because I know everybody ain't rich. I'm not rich. I ain't even gonna pretend like I am, but I can save money. I sure can save money.
Well, Atlanta's a little too far if you asking people to come from Cali, though.
Yeah, I mean, but the airport is easier to get to. It's like Dallas Fort Worth. It's easy to get there. That's what I'm talking about. Easy access for people to get there and get home.
Yeah.
And you know, and then when they get there, they have something to do. And then Dallas is alright.
Yeah.
don't know what you been talking about. Dallas is alright, bro. I don't
It's
know what
just
you
hot,
talking about. It's
from what
hot
you
as
say.
dog. It's just hot as dog ass down there. Boy, it's like a different dimension of hot. They're like one of the chapters of hell down there.
Talking about July, that ain't a good idea.
No, this is gonna be in June. I mean,
That's not a good idea.
LDBC anniversary is in June of next year. So doing the LDBC meet and greet, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's Eight's birthday too. Eight's birthday is in June.
I'm trying to do New York.
We could do New York too.
I mean,
I wouldn't mind going to New York. I wouldn't. I'd go to New York, so enjoy myself.
I think that's fair.
And
That gives
enjoy
y'all
myself.
all about the same.
Yeah, Dallas is halfway. That's why I said Dallas too. Because Dallas is halfway. But it's hot as shit that time of year in Dallas though. That's the thing.
If y'all do in New York, everybody be driving about the same. I mean, y'all be traveling about the same length.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to I want to select a spot that's gonna be not only convenient for everybody to get to, but it can be affordable for everybody to get to and have a good time.
Affordable to stay.
You know what I'm saying? Be
Yeah.
affordable for them to stay there and be a good time. That's yet another reason why I wouldn't choose somewhere like it's got very expensive places to stay at. I'd rather do something that's affordable for everybody.
Shit, that Atlanta parking proved to not be.
That's but you know, I mean it is. But y'all be thinking about that because that's a very, very important question that I'm gonna be asking people for the next few months before I start bringing ideas to aid. Cause for real, I really want us to be able to have a spot and have a little venue to where we can have fun, enjoy ourselves, laugh, and everybody. And I know for a fact that everybody will be able to be there. You know what I mean? Everybody will be able to be there.
I'm gonna run down.
You got my card.
Uh-huh.
You can go by the school and get something to drink. I go.
Go to Dollar General. All right, Gabriel.
You lock my room.
Yes, I did.
Bring keys back. Anywho,
You guys.
I'll be right back. You can't go nowhere without the keys.
You take this one out. Oh. Give that to Pearson. Pearson, grab the pizza, baby. Give it to Daddy once you get in the house. He just couldn't. One in my room. Bye, Gabriel. Close it up, baby. Mosquitoes. love you too. You said get some drinks?
Yeah. You got my card.
Okay.
Huh? You got my card.
Was Kirsten coming back or no? I don't know if she's coming back or not. Oh, okay. I didn't even know if you was coming back. I'll get ready to pull off. You get Deanna some pizza. Deanna, don't forget.
Hear me? What? I don't know. I don't know. Wait till she get back, cause I ain't gonna go in this bag and mess with nothing, cause I don't know what she got in here. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, it's still in the car. Oh, it was still in the car. No, I was toting ice stuff in. I ain't burp. What y'all talking about? Y'all talking about somebody burping and shit? I don't know what y'all talking about. Oh, y'all can hear me now because it done went from the car to my phone again. God dang it, man. I swear, bro. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, cuz. Ain't no way, cuz. Ain't no way, cuz. Ain't no way, cuz. Ain't no way, little cuz. Little homie. I'm gonna do it up for the little homies. You know what I mean? She was like, ruh. It sounded like sound like she had a dragon in her throat. Cause she's probably eating that ice so fast. That's why. She don't be caring though. She done got comfortable. I guess she forgot. Tay live now. Okay, cool. We're gonna join over there. Yeah. Shout out to all y'all, man, and shout out to the LDBC. I'm going to Tay's live, man. Go on over there, show Tay them some love, man. But I'll holler at y'all, man. Appreciate everybody that came over here and chilled, hung out, and all that good stuff. Y'all have a good one, man. We'll talk to y'all in a minute. All right, later.